asking questions, finding answers. Prologue. Planning your project. If you skimmed this book once, you are ready to begin your project. If you already have a question and know how to answer it, review the next 2 chapters. Then before you start drafting, read the remaining chapters carefully. If on the other hand, you are starting from scratch, with no clear direction, not even an assigned topic, you may feel bewildered. But you can manage if you have a plan to guide you through your project one step at a time. Unfortunately, no plan can lead you straight to that finished report. Early on, you may have to spend time reading randomly just to discover what interests you. You may wander up blind alleys or lose yourself in heaps of data. But if you have a plan, it can guide you through that confusion or even help you avoid it. Your first 4 steps in planning are these. 1. Find a topic specific enough to let you master a reasonable amount of information on it, not, for example, the history of scientific writing, but essays in the Proceedings of the Royal Society, 1675 to 1750, as precursors to the modern scientific article, not doctors in 17th century drama, but Mowley's mockery of doctors in his early plays. 2. Ask questions about that topic until you find some that catch your interest. For example, how did early Royal Society authors guarantee the reliability of their evidence? Or how do the differences between their procedures and modern ones reflect differences in the social structure of science? Or why were doctors objects of Mowley's mockery? 3. Determine what kind of evidence that your readers will expect in support of your answer. For example, will they ACCEPT data from secondary sources, or will they expect you to consult primary sources as well? Will they expect quantitative data or quotations from authorities? 4. Determine whether you can find sources that have those data. Once you see in the data that you find at least a plausible answer to your question, you will be ready to start shaping your materials into an argument, the subject of Part 3, then to draft and revise it, the subjects of Part 4. Expect to do lots of writing along the way. Much of it will be routine note-taking, but you should also spend time writing to understand, make preliminary outlines, disagree with what you have read, draw diagrams to connect disparate facts, summarize sources, positions, and schools, record even random thoughts. You never know what will pay off. You probably won't include much of this preliminary writing in your final draft. You may even discard it all and start over. But if you write as you go, you'll encourage your own best critical thinking, understand your sources better, and draft more effectively when that time comes. You will discover, however, that you cannot move through those 4 steps in the neat order we presented them. You'll probably think of a tentative answer and outline a supporting argument before you have all the evidence you need. And when you think you have an argument worth making, you'll probably decide that you need more and maybe different evidence from new sources. You may even modify your topic. Doing research is not like strolling along a well-marked path to a familiar destination. It's more like struggling through overgrown woods, searching for something you won't know until you find it. But no matter how indirect your path, you can feel confident that you are steadily getting closer to an answer if you manage each step of the way to anticipate the predictable problems. What are your data? No matter their field, researchers collect information to use as evidence in support of their claims. But researchers in different fields call that information by different names. Here we use the term data. By data we mean more than the numbers that natural and social scientists collect. We mean anything you find out there that might support your answer to a question or solution to a problem. The term is rarely used by researchers in the humanities, but they too gather data in the form of quotations, historical facts, and so on. Data are inert, however, until you use them as evidence to support a claim. If you have not collected more data than you can use, you haven't found enough. Incidentally, remember that data is plural. A single bit of data is a datum.